My server isn't pay to win, no overpowered gear. It's a pure survival and building server, but with tons of new features and a completely fresh way to play. How exactly? Let's find out together. Welcome to Nyo Village, a secluded island in the middle of the ocean. The busiest spot in Viet Realm, well, it would be if more players showed up. Here you'll find a bank to store your riches, a lunar fashion shop with the latest seasonal collections, a library, the village's treasure trove of knowledge, a furniture store to pimp out your home however you want, a farming area selling new seeds in fancy soil, and the legendary open market packed with everything you might need. All places I, a broke nobody, haven't dared to set foot in. Because this is a pure survival server, each player gets their own plot of land. We call it a realm, a little kingdom of your own. Just type the command /n, choose realm, and you've got a private area. Others can look, sniff, but not touch. Depending on your rank, earned just by playing, you can expand your realm. But even starting with a 250 by 250 block space is more than enough to build all kinds of things. I quickly got myself some basic tools. Even though your realm is safe from other players, monsters still spawn, and resources are limited, so exploring the wild world becomes essential. Right now, only 2 worlds are open, red and orange. I like pink, so I'll go with orange. This place is nothing like my realm, because within 1 minute, I died. Then respawned in some godforsaken nowhere with no idea where I just dropped dead. Too dangerous. I went back to my realm. Like I said, the realm is still a normal world, with caves and ores and all the usual stuff. I even got lucky. Dug straight down and landed right next to a zombie spawner. Something money can't buy. And beneath it, a massive cave glowing with emerald green diamonds. I saw water and jumped down, right as the water drained away. After mining a few ores, I spotted a shiny emerald and lunged for it. Then bam, 2 arrows from a skeleton. Dead. Thankfully, when you die, a grave spawns, holding all your gear. Never thought I'd suffer this much just for a single emerald. On this server, everything has value, so I hoard everything. Iron, redstone, diamonds. I'm the ultimate junk collector. Dig it further, I found a deeper cave with a massive lava lake. Diamonds embedded all along the ancient rock walls. But I didn't want to ruin the beauty of the lava lake, so I didn't pour water over it. About 30 minutes of mining, and I had enough ores to make a full diamond armor set. I climbed back up early. I was starving. Had a single carrot, but didn't eat it. Had to save it for farming. Thanks to some bones I looted from skeletons, I made just enough bone meal to grow a full carrot patch and get something to eat. I was starving so badly, my pants kept slipping down. With all the gold and iron I had, I crafted a blast furnace for quick smelting. I didn't have meat yet, but then a herd of cows appeared. A 4-legged protein source to revive me instantly. I carried my ores back to Nyo Village, sold everything to Mr. Kwong the miner, and got 125 newbie, the server's only currency. You earn it by trading with villagers. Everything could be bought with newbie. But my goal was the farming district. Buy a planting pot from Uncle Sao and 2 cabbage seeds from Miss Hui. Bring them home to my realm and start farming. But I was too poor to buy a watering hose, so I had to carry a bucket down to the ravine, scoop water, and walk it back just to water 2 patches of soil, where still, cabbage grows in fall and winter, and it's spring. Damn it. Now that I had diamond gear, I was fearless. I typed /n, chose the wild world again, and picked the orange one. I spawned in a birch forest. I came prepared this time, brought a shield, ready for anything. The forest looked ancient. Fallen trees, thick moss, broken trunks, tangled vines, and 4-legged protein was running wild again. A solid energy boost for me. I got tired of crawling around, so I hopped in a boat, let the sunrise wash over me as I sailed into the bright ocean. Right before spotting a CK king wielding a diamond sword, drowning slowly. Beside him, an abandoned nether portal. The chest was full of trash, but underneath it, lots of obsidian. Jackpot. In the wild world, there are tons of new structures and monsters with bizarre shapes. I even ran into a fancy-looking ship. Turned out it was just full of starving bandits who had gone full pirate, and they knew how to sail. They shot arrows like crazy. Had me zigzagging like a madman to dodge them. But they chased me like leeches, so I stopped and went full naval battle mode. After that, another ship came into view. I got spooked, crept along the edge until I saw a little kid. Turned out it was just a father-son fishing boat. Had some fish and a trashy book, not worth it. Barely had time to stand there before drowned zombies swarmed in. I hopped on my boat and zipped off. Near dawn, I found a glowing tower. The chest was junk, but a ladder led up top. Found some bookshelves, took them all. No one had climbed this far. Moss and vines covered everything. But at the summit, a chest with 2 diamonds. The next morning, I watched the sunrise again, this time while cooking meat. I decided to explore on land, partly to hunt more meat, and partly to tame a horse, ride like a fairy tale prince. Except this one was mute and wore silent socks or something. No sound at all. So I said goodbye and dove back into the sea. Found a soul bag holding 89 souls. No clue for what. Since I was overloaded with loot, I decided to return to my realm. This trip netted me 2 pelvic bone skulls, Great Wall decorations, some pork and books, enough to craft an enchanting table and 11 bookshelves. So I went back to the wild world, found another glowing tower, and beside it a pillager outpost. The glowing tower had nothing valuable besides books. Too lazy to climb down, I tried the water bucket trick.
Woke up in a silent desert feeling deeply bummed out. But my mood lifted when I spotted a desert village. In the blazing heat, the village rose like an oasis, a place of hope and warmth. And now I had enough bookshelves. Geared up with warm iron armor, an iron axe and pickaxe, and a lone oil lantern, I headed back to that village, determined to retrace my heroic fall. I crossed the freezing desert nights, rode through ancient forests, walked across thin, icy spruce woodlands, and climbed snowy mountains until I reached my grave. I charged back to the tower. Someone had looted it already. No meat left. This time, I poured water for safety. Then I found another village, standing tall on the vast prairie, roofs glistening from rain and sun. And rich. So rich. Ridiculously rich. One guy even kept his newbie in a chest and placed a wither rose in the attic. I also picked up an item that protects your gear during upgrades. Super rare. And I used it on my iron pants. Also got a dice that changes enchant odds, a new feature of the server. That's enough wandering. Time to upgrade my diamond set. So I put my realm's zombie spawner to use. But damn, it was slow. 3 minutes of slicing for 3 levels, enough to upgrade 1 stat. I was too poor to erase bad enchantments, so I just kept slashing. Then came back to find myself staring up at the sky. Got caught using auto-clicker, had to slash manually. Sweated through just to get a decent axe, pickaxe, and sword. Armor took another hour. My goal was every piece must have Unbreaking 3. Exhausted, I invited another YouTuber just to spin around for laughs. But of course, no one can fight mobs in your realm unless you add them. My current goal was simple: steal the #1 spot on the newbie leaderboard currently held by someone named Nightmare. That's why roaming the wild world was so important. Inside wealthy, bustling villages like these, countless treasures are hidden. Like this paper, or that legendary scroll, or the lucky charm that boosts enchant success rates. One awesome part about this server, when your inventory is full, just teleport back to your realm, store everything, and boom, back to adventure. And I realized it was now fall, perfect season to plant those 2 nearly moldy cabbage seeds sitting in my chest. After looting everything from that village, I got bored and started digging straight down, looking for caves, collecting more ores to bring back. Down there, I found a strange structure. Without hesitation, I went in. It looked like a row of prison cells with iron doors. And outside, monster spawners I couldn't destroy. But placing torches stopped them from spawning. The place had multiple floors, lava at the bottom, and some chests with charms, blaze rods, and nether warts. The place was huge, so crawling around took ages. At least the loot was decent, golden apples, even enchanted ones. But damn, my 2 cabbages had dried up from lack of water. I was broke, so I had to sell diamonds and emeralds to Mr. Kwong again. That's twice now. He must be getting fat from all my loot. Next to him was Mr. Square, who sold new building blocks I couldn't afford yet. With my 200 newbie, I bought 4 more cabbage seeds, 2 planting pots, and a fancy auto-watering hose. And this was the start of Noob Inc. on the server. All I had to do was fill a bucket, pour it into the hose, and it would water once per day automatically. This time, no more dead cabbages. I stood there watching, waiting to harvest the moment they ripened. Just right-click and boom, you get both the crop and a new seed for replanting. Of course, I wasn't just standing there farming 4 cabbages. I lit up my whole realm with torches to keep monsters away, expanded 2 more farm plots, and started growing other veggies. Soon enough, the cabbages gave me a few crops rated from 1 to 3 stars, but the number of seeds went down. Sometimes crows would steal them. Still, the carrots, potatoes, and beetroot I grew helped me sell for 119 newbie. Enough for more seeds and another pot, but I needed way more money. So I returned to the wild world, dug straight down, and stumbled into an abandoned mine shaft. It was huge, looked like a full-blown mining company used to work here. There were loot chests everywhere, and rails stretching deep inside, cutting through lava streams. I got some random stuff and 3 backpacks, super handy since I didn't have a shulker box. I also found a spider spawner room with 2 chests holding newbie, enchanted golden apples, and other junk. Then I started mining diamond ore 1 block at a time to sell. High value, but exhausting. I had to drag my butt for miles, totally wrecking my poor hemorrhoids. Just as I was digging, a boss event popped up. I rushed over with my sword and charged in. Took 1 hit and passed out cold. So I dragged myself back to my realm to stash my stuff. Meanwhile, one of my cabbage seeds got stolen by a crow. The other died from drought because the hose didn't reach it. But it didn't matter. I had capital now. A whopping 1,355 newbie, catching up to that landowner guy. To grow richer, I had to think like a businessman. This time, I got a watering tank that stores 5 uses, a 2x2 hose with 5 sprays, and a scarecrow to keep birds away. It had the most punchable face ever. Sadly, I still lacked 1 full row of planting pots. I was broke again, so I started selling whatever I could. Luckily, someone showed up and bought from me. They even gifted me an ender chest. With the extra cash, I got 3 diamond blocks, enough to buy the missing pots. My little business was now rolling. If you enjoy farming, this is perfect. Just harvest all crops and cabbages each day. Super chill, sometimes a bit boring. I even grew a giant cabbage, needs a diamond hoe to harvest. Looks super cool. Whenever I got bored, I'd sell everything in the village and watch my newbie balance climb. I also grew a giant beetroot, had to place it just to show off. Sold a bit more, getting closer to top. Wait, 9,000? Yeah, I'm nowhere near the real grinders. Back in my realm, I even got another giant beetroot.
But with just a few little farm plots like this, it was taking way too long. I needed another method. First, I had to upgrade myself. My gear was still trash. My tools were garbage tier. I thought I'd go ask around the village to learn more ways to earn. Then saw something that cost 15K. Yeah, no way I could ever grind that much in my life. Whatever. First things first, head into the Nether. Maybe you didn't know, I'm a speedrunner, so I tried building the classic S-shaped portal. But, of course, the server's cursed. The whole forest was on fire and the portal still wouldn't light. I had to go all the way back to my realm just to grab a flint and steel. The moment I stepped in, 2 ghasts started screaming at me. I couldn't fight them off, so I ran. Then I dug down and started mining along chunk boards, looking for netherite. Picked up quartz along the way. If I saw lava or gravel, I'd change direction instantly. This method took a while. My pickaxe started dying, so I returned to the village. Paid 132 newbie to repair all my gear. When I came back, I got teleported to the middle of nowhere. Thankfully, there was a lava leak nearby. I speed built another portal. I tried blocking the water, but yeah, not the cleanest build. After digging again, I finally got my first ancient debris. My pickaxe almost died again, but I gathered 25 debris. Enough to make 6 ingots. Not enough to upgrade all my gear. No worries. I repaired my stuff, slapped some random enchant on a new sword, then looked for another lava lake to re-enter the Nether. On the way, I spotted something weird. A hot air balloon. I didn't have a bow, so I built blocks up to it. My arms were too short to reach it, so I ran ahead and blocked its path. It fell into the water with a splash. I dove down and cracked it open. 7 blocks of dirt. Damn it. Third speedrun attempt. This time, no water flooded my lava lake. This time, my goal was to find a piglin bastion and get those upgrade scraps. I practiced the X-ray peek trick that speedrunners use. Pretty quickly, I found signs of a chest. After digging around, I found a spawner instead. And finally, another fortress. Not where I wanted to be, but at least the method worked. The chest I was scanning for had a lost tome used to buy enchant books in the library and some newbie. Also got a key fragment for a village reward chest. After that, I kept scanning, aiming for a hoglin since they only spawn in bastions. But it was rough. I'd only practiced this method for 5 minutes, so I kept messing up. Eventually, I found something, but it didn't look like a bastion. There was a chest, full of junk, no real value. I spent nearly an hour speedrunning and found nothing but fortresses. Right as I was losing hope, I got an online reward, a book that gave me a skin tool key, the Maya axe. Only usable with netherite gear. Then, after defeating a CK, I finally found a hidden bastion buried in the mountains. No wonder it was so hard to find. I wasn't dumb enough to charge in. I tunneled in from the edge. Sneaked down and opened the first chest. Got 1 upgrade scrap and 2 diamond pants. Second chest, similar. I don't even know how I'm wearing 4 pairs of pants with only 2 legs. I kept going. Upstairs, I found 2 more chests full of rare loot. I climbed all the way to the top, then slipped and died. Luckily, Mr. Luck, professional corpse retriever, brought me back. I recovered all my stuff. The next few chests weren't special, another scrap and 2 diamond pickaxes. Back in my realm, overjoyed, I rushed to my zombie spawner, upgraded my silky pickaxe and both picks to netherite. But I ran out of diamonds to clone the scraps, so I sold my legendary dice in chat. Got 16 diamond blocks. Then came a long grind, farming zombies to upgrade my axe and sword. got a bunch of garbage enchant lines, finally upgraded everything to Netherite, and no one complimented me. To apply the skin to my axe, I needed 1,000 newbie. I didn't have it, so I sold more diamonds. I may be weak, but I gotta look good first. Now with my silky pickaxe, that ender chest gift became a mobile scrapyard. A boss spawned, I went to take a peek. Everyone had maces flying like Spider-Man. Then, bam, they got slapped and dropped. The boss barely lost any HP. I got nervous. My sword swings missed half the time. If I used an axe, I'd just fall and die anyway. Someone pushed me into the fight. I managed to land one hit before dying. Wandering was fun, but now I wanted peace. Back in my realm, I returned to chilling and farming. The soil had dried out from neglect. I had to rewater everything. And that was my 100-day journey in Viet Realms. Come join me at vietrealms.com. I'll be waiting for you.